Today I'm going to tell you how to set up TouchDAW with your studio in just a few simple steps. Hi folks, I'm Mike, I hope you're doing well. So today I'm going to be telling you in a few simple steps how to set up TouchDAW with Studio One. I should say that you could use these instructions to set it up with other DAWs such as Cubase, Logic, Sonar, Pro Tools, whatever happens to be your choice. But these will be a little specific towards the end to do with Studio One. It only takes a few minutes, so let's dig in. Okay folks, so here we are in the studio, and just so you can understand what you're seeing, up above me here is a copy of my phone screen, so everything I do on my phone will be reflected there. And just off to the side we've got my Windows desktop, so everything I do in Windows will be shown there. I just want to start off though by talking about versions. I'm using Studio One version 4, but I've also used TouchDAW with versions 3 and versions 2, and the setup was just the same, guys, so you should be able to follow this tutorial in its entirety if you're using those versions. I've also used TouchDAW with Cubase, with Pro Tools, with Sonar, and the setup was very, very similar. Except when you're in those actual DAWs where there's some specific things in those DAWs. But you should still be able to find this tutorial quite useful, guys, if you're using those DAWs. So let's start off by going into our phones, and we need to go into the Play Store. And once you're in the Play Store, just search for TouchDAW, all as one word, guys. There'll be a couple of versions. There's the free version, which has come up there, and then the third option down, which is the full version. Obviously, use the free version if you're not sure if it's going to work with your particular DAW or your setup. But I'm going to click on the full version. Now, because I've already paid for it, there's just an install button there, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that install button, and it's going to go ahead and do its magic. Now, I should mention that you need to use TouchDAW on the same Wi-Fi network that your computer's on. So you won't be able to use it on your cellular network. It needs to be on the same home network as you're using, or whatever network it is. So I'm going to go ahead back to my PC, guys, and the first thing we need to do is install a piece of software called RTP MIDI. I'll go over to the web page here. I'll put a link in the description. It's kind of a long one, which I won't dare to try and read here, but click on the link in the description. It'll take you to this page, and once you're in there, you need to click on the download RTP MIDI link there. So once you click on that link, it's going to download a file, and that file is going to go to your downloads folder and be somewhat similarly named to this one, which is RTP MIDI setup with the version numbers on the end. That's a zip file, so you double click on that, go in there, and you'll find one file in there, guys, RTP MIDI setup.exe. You click on that, and that'll start the installation process for RTP MIDI. I'm not going to do it now because I've already installed it on my computer, but it's a really quick and easy process. Just follow the instructions there, guys. So I'll close that. Once you've installed RTP MIDI, then you'll need to open that on your computer. It's going to come up looking something like this. If we zoom in there, guys, there's just a little bit of details we have to get it up and running here. And we need to create a session, so we're going to click on the plus button here just under My Sessions. We'll click on that. Now, it's automatically come up with a name called Studio for me. That's because that's the name of my computer, guys, but I'm actually going to change that over on the right here. We'll call it I'll call it TouchD, and I'll just, with one hand, copy, holding my phone at the same time, and paste that in there. So we've given it this RTP MIDI session a name of TouchD here, and I'm going to click on the enable check box there, and that creates that session called TouchD. That's important because that's what we're going to be looking for later on when we go into Studio One. Now that's all you have to do in RTP MIDI for the moment, guys. So we'll go to Studio One, and once we're in Studio One, just in the middle down towards the bottom, you can see a little link there called Configure External Devices. So click on that, and that's going to bring up a screen something like this one. Now once you're in that screen, guys, you click on the Add button down here, and you need to go down to where it says Mackie. Click on the little triangle to expand the area, and then click on Control. And that's going to end up with the lovely picture of a Mackie just there to the right. Now, if you look in the received from drop down, guys, you should find whatever you called your RTP MIDI session there. And if you remember, mine was called TouchD, so I'll click on that. And then I also do the same in the send to drop down, TouchD again. I click on OK, I'll click on OK again, and that's all the setup done in Studio One. So I'm going to actually open up a song which I recorded earlier, which is my intro music for the channel, just so we've got something to play with. But back over in my phone, TouchDAW should have already installed, so I'm going to click on open, and that just takes a couple of seconds. Not enough time to make a cup of coffee, but definitely a few seconds. Once it's done its grinding of gears and its magic, it should come up, and there it is. Now, yours may look a little different to this when you first install it, guys, and that's because there's a couple of different skins for you to use. Later, I'll show you how to change that, but just for now, we'll get it up and running and working. So now that we've got TouchDAW installed and running, we can go up to the menu now. Right at the top left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see a little menu option. I'm going to go into Setup. I'm going to click on MIDI ports at the top. And then again, I'm going to click on port 1. A pop-up comes up which says Wi-Fi, and that's what I want to do, is connect via Wi-Fi. So I click OK. And then I've got the choice of multicast and RTP. So I'm going to click on RTP there. It's already selected, and click OK. Once I've done that, it's going to come up with a list of the RTP sessions. I already had one earlier called Studio 3, but I actually want to connect with my TouchD session, which I just created with you guys. So I'll click on that, and then click on OK, click on OK again, and then that's changed a few things in my main window. But if I go over to my main window, guys, you will see that if I click on play in TouchDAW, that starts the play ahead now in Studio One. So all up and running. If I adjust the fader, you can see the fader changing in Studio One. Now there may be a slight delay that you can see here, guys, because I'm recording my phone screen and there is a delay. But actually, when you've got it set up normally, you'll find that the response between the phone and your main Studio One session is almost immediate for me. So you shouldn't have any problems with a sort of a latency there. I tend to use it mostly in the transport mode over here. It just gives you nice big buttons to use, so when you're away from your computer and you're recording your guitar or your vocals, then you can use these nice big buttons to start and stop your session, record, etc. And then over in the mixer, you've got some control over the mix, and that really helps you to adjust what you're hearing in your headphones when you're doing a recording. Now, I did mention earlier that in fact it may not look like this when you first install it, so let me show you how to change that. I'm going to click on the menu icon here. I'm going to go to Setup, and I'm going to go to Global Setup, which is about halfway down there. I'm going to click on the first option, which is UI Interaction. And then you'll see the top option there is skin. So when you first install, it probably has its default skin, which looks like this, and that's not to everyone's taste. It's not to my taste, guys. So I normally set it up by going in here to Global Options, UI, Skin, and going onto the pseudo hardware skin. So that's the main setup, guys. I hope that was helpful to you. If you've got any problems setting it up, then definitely ask me in the comments and I'll try and help you wherever I can. Have a good day. Enjoy yourself with TouchDAW and Studio One or whatever DAW you're using. So there you have it. You should be up and running. It's an awesome app. Have fun with it. Now, this is a new channel. Please subscribe to help me along and ring the bell on YouTube where you'll be notified of any new videos I make. Take care. Look after each other. Bye.